Book of Boba Fett is heating up for sure. We've got the Pyke Syndicate turning up on Mos Espa, bounty hunting Wookiees running around, or off, and also the Hutts poking fun at Fett's growing criminal empire. Oh, and the speedbike gangs, because why not? But who else might show up in the Book of Boba Fett? Well, we're 99% sure that legendary bounty hunter, CAD BANE, is going to make his live-action debut appearance in the Book of Boba Fett in an upcoming episode. Let's explore more. Greetings my young Padawans, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to Star Wars Now. For those of you who do not know who CAD BANE is, well, let's introduce him to you.
Omega, get behind me.
I've taken down so many clones over the years. Once you figure out one, the rest are easy.
You're in for a surprise.
I doubt that.
BANE was a Juris male bounty hunter who was operating mainly during the Clone Wars, but would go on to become one of the most experienced bounty hunters in the galaxy, following the demise of Jango Fett at the first Battle of Geonosis. How does this link with his appearance in the Book of Boba Fett? Well, you might not know this, but as we payment to his late father and a favour, BANE would mentor a younger Boba Fett in the ways of bounty hunting, becoming one of the many legendary rogues who had mentored Boba in his younger years. Before we jump into the video fully, use the Force and hit that subscribe and like button to never miss a video from myself and the team here at Star Wars Now. As always, if you're talking about Star Wars, then we want to hear about it. So yes, CAD BANE, the legendary bounty hunter, would play a role in shaping the man Boba Fett is today, ensuring he was taught in the deadly ways of bounty hunting and how to survive out and about in the wider Star Wars galaxy. Likely BANE's training could be attributed to how Fett would survive his ordeal in the Tatooine desert, along with the Sarlacc pit incident. In some original designs, CAD BANE was going to be the reason Boba Fett ended up with his helmet dented. The dent is still visible in the Book of Boba Fett all those years later. So let's quickly go into how this event happened, as I likely think it will link to the appearance in the series in the upcoming episodes. Originally, before the cancellation of the Clone Wars TV series, CAD BANE was going to make an appearance as part of a 4-episode arc. This would feature him teaming up with Boba Fett and other bounty hunters. Some of these original clips are on screen right now, as the original concept was talked about and shown off in limited capacity during Star Wars Celebration Orlando 2017. The mission was to go to Tatooine, where Tusken Raiders had kidnapped a child. The episode stories would further emphasize Fett and BANE's relationship, as well as showing that CAD BANE had known Jango Fett, also showing how BANE would get his new clothes, along with his starship, the Justifier, which was actually seen in the Bad Batch animated TV show. The mission would end with CAD BANE and other bounty hunters putting down an insurrection by Boba Fett, finishing off by each other engaging in a standoff duel, causing Fett to get the dent in his helmet. Very Western if you ask me, and already connects with what we know in the style of the Book of Boba Fett. So how does this all link with CAD BANE showing up in the Book of Boba Fett? Well, stick with me. Thanks to some detective work on our side, we're sure that one of the big surprise reveals of the Boba Fett series is going to be CAD BANE's appearance. We've already had one iconic bounty hunter show up, like Khursantan, being dispatched by the Hutt twins, so it won't be long before someone else, like the Pyke criminal syndicate, dispatch a bounty hunter of their own. BANE is the logical choice here. The flashback sequences have been showing us Fett's emotional stability surrounding the death of his father, Jango Fett. What better way to challenge that than having another man who was trained under him show up to challenge that as well? Someone who also trained Fett and therefore knows his weaknesses and abilities. It's only going to be the rematch of a century if we see this take place. We also need to be aware that Fennec Shand has had her own run-in with CAD BANE as well. During the Bad Batch Season 1, Shand was tasked with protecting a young Omega, a female clone of Jango Fett and therefore somewhat related to Boba Fett. While attempting to rescue Omega, Shand would run into CAD BANE, where they dueled it out, with Fennec besting CAD into hand-to-hand combat and eventually throwing him overboard. Dave Filoni, who introduced the character of CAD BANE in the Clone Wars, also had him feature in the Bad Batch, as we mentioned earlier. Now, given Filoni is involved with the Book of Boba Fett, it's a no-brainer that he'll likely show up in the upcoming episodes, or rather chapters of the series. But what would BANE be doing? Well, we've already established he would likely have a score to settle with Fennec Shand, but I doubt she's the reason he would appear on Tatooine after all these years. Of course, we've also got to think about it like the fact BANE may appear off-world. Sometime soon we'll see Slave 1, as the trailer suggests, so they could run into Bane off-world, who has been sent to intercept them. After the establishment of the Galactic Empire and the Omega situation, little has heard of Bane for some time. We could presume that the events with the younger Fett take place in the time of the Galactic Empire if they're made canon. That would fill in the gaps, but since then up until 9 ABY, where the Book of Boba Fett takes place, we have no idea what CAD BANE has been doing in the Star Wars galaxy. Personal theory-wise, I would suspect CAD BANE is dispatched by another criminal syndicate. While our first guess would be the Pyke Syndicate, as they've just been introduced in Chapter 3 as arriving on Tatooine to lay claim to Jabba's former territory, I would once again say we're going to be seeing the appearance of Crimson Dawn in the Book of Boba Fett series. Given Bane has had a working relationship with Crimson Dawn's previous secret leader, Darth Maul, it would make even more sense to connect the character and organization. Likely the Pikes are going to be thrown off of Tatooine as well, and the real villains are going to be shown off, aka Crimson Dawn, and we'll see Boba Fett and his criminal empire go toe-to-toe with them, in all-out war. Given more is coming to Tatooine it seems. But keep an eye out, as we're highly confident CAD BANE will show up very soon.
Then we will be ready.
Right, Exalted Ones, that's it for myself. Do you think CAD BANE is going to show up in the Book of Boba Fett? Tell us your thoughts in the comments or tweet us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all the latest Star Wars news, lore and more. You can also follow us on social media as well. Make sure to let us know what you think in the video comment section below. Because if we're talking Star Wars, then we want to hear about it. That's it for myself today on Star Wars Now. I've been Captain Jack, and we'll see you next time. May the Force be with you.